Thank you very much indeed. Hello, I'm Alexander Armstrong, and a very warm welcome to Pointless, the show where obvious answers mean nothing and obscure answers mean everything. Let's meet today's players. And couple number one.
Hi, I'm Amy. This is my boyfriend Matthew, and we're from Cardiff.
Couple number two.
Hi, I'm Alan. This is my wife Julie, and we're both from Bury.
Couple number three.
Hi, my name's Mark. I'm from Clackheaton, and this is my friend James from Hull.
And finally, couple number four.
Hi, I'm Lee. This is my wife Charmaine, and we're from Bearsted in Kent.
And these are today's contestants. Thank you very much, all of you. A very warm welcome to Pointless. It's wonderful to have you all here. That just leaves one more person for me to introduce. You might recognise him from the last leg. I suspect for him, this is probably more like the final straw. It is my Pointless friend. It is Josh Widdicombe.
Hello. A joy to be here.
Joy to have you here, Josh.
The second last leg person who's done this job.
You are the second last leg.
I know. And who was your favourite?
Oh, I'd say too close to call.
It's exactly what I'm looking for.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's been a pleasure to be here.
It's lovely having you. He's doing very well.
We've only got one couple from last time.
Well, I was turning to say he's doing very well, isn't he? And then realised that out of
just
the
Amy and
plethora...
Matthew, and let's be honest, they were barely here. They went out in the first round.
Well, that's true.
With 8.
Yes.
You shouldn't go out in the first round with 8. That is a strong first round to go out. But good to see so many new faces.
Yeah, I look forward to meeting them.
I've still got this.
Still got the
Do you know what they've given
co-host.
me? After last time's complaints.
Yeah, what?
Look at that. There you go. Enjoy yourself.
Oh, wow, that's amazing.
Isn't that
Thank you
exciting?
very much indeed. Oh, it's hot.
It's hot.
It's literally come out of the kiln.
I don't know what's happened there.
I'm going to start complaining about things on air more often. That's amazing. Thank you very much indeed, Josh. Well, let me tell you, Ellie and Ali got through to the jackpot round last time, and they won the jackpot. So today's jackpot starts off back at £1,000. Beautiful, small jackpot, perfectly formed. If everyone's ready, let's play Pointless. Right, remember, the pair with the highest score at the end of each round will always get eliminated. I know, I'm sorry about that, that's just the rules. But if you don't want to be that pair, it's very simple, keep your scores as low as you can. Best of luck to everybody. Our first category today is BBC Children's TV. Can you all decide in your pairs? Who's going to go first, who's going to go second? And whoever's going first, please step up to the podium. OK, let's find out what the question is. Here it comes. We gave 100 people 100 seconds to name as many characters from The Magic Roundabout, Teletubbies and In the Night Garden as they could. Josh.
Yes. We are looking for any of the 8 regular characters who appeared in The Magic Roundabout that aired on the BBC between 1965 and 1977, or any of the 14 named characters from Teletubbies listed on the character page of Teletubbies.com. We've all been on there. This includes the Tiddlytubbies. Or any named character or group of characters from In the Night Garden according to the About the Show section of the website inthenightgarden.co.uk. We will accept the names of the groups of characters as well as individual character names as long as they appear on the official website. This is of August 2023.
Thank you very much indeed. In which case, without further ado, Amy, we come straight to you. Welcome back.
Hi.
Great to have you here. Tell us more about yourself, Amy.
As I said last time, I'm a manager at cinema, but I used to work at the Warner Brothers studio tour, making of Harry Potter for a few years.
That's fun. Did the magic ever wear off?
Yes.
Yes.
I mean, I did leave eventually, so yeah.
Yes,
but...
yes. I mean, but how exciting.
Yeah, I was basically being paid to be a professional Harry Potter nerd, so that was nice.
Oh, so were you in costume?
No, I wasn't one of those. I was doing the green screen broomstick rides.
Oh,
and
that's
that
fun.
kind
So you're
of stuff.
pointing at things and pointing at... You're just saying this is this and this is this. How many of those facts can you retain to this day?
Put it this way, I'll be very happy if Harry Potter comes up at some point.
Nice.
So
This
I'm
is
going to keep it under my hat for now.
Nice, your sorting hat. OK, now, what are you going to... That's a Harry Potter thing there. What are you going to go for?
I'm thinking of taking a risk.
Good.
Because I knew you'd be happy if I took a risk.
It's pleased me. It's pleased me more than this. That pleased me. That has pleased me. There we're up. Sorry, Amy?
So, yeah, I'll go for a bit of risk and go for the sun.
The sun, says Amy. Let's see how many of our 100 said the sun. It's right. It's very good, Amy. Oh, look, it goes down to 3. Very well done indeed, Amy. 3 for the sun.
Very strong. Jess Smith was the first Teletubby sun baby, and she now works for a security company in Medway.
You're joking.
Does that make you feel old, that the sun baby is now in charge of high-level security?
She's probably the same age as me, to be honest.
Yeah, that makes me worry that you'd be in charge of high-level security as well, Amy.
Thank you very much indeed, Josh. Now then, Julie, welcome to Pointless. It's great to have you here. Tell us all about yourself.
My name is Julie. I'm from Bury near Manchester, and I am a retired secondary school teacher.
And what do you like to do with your retirement, Julie?
I do all sorts, but I am, more than anything else, an amateur herpetologist.
Oh, a herpetologist. That, I hope, is better than it sounds. What do you do?
I love anything related to frogs.
Oh, wow. Give us some examples.
Well, when I was at school, I had an enormous collection of frogs, which, not live ones, obviously.
OK, phew.
Which
right.
The children would bring in for me, so it was all over my desk. I was known as the mad frog lady. But now we're retired, I have some live frogs.
You have live frogs?
Yes.
You live through their cycle. The whole
Indeed.
tadpole thing every year must be thrilling.
Yeah.
We had 1 tadpole in our pond this year. We got so excited. Well, last year we had tons.
Yeah.
We imported from someone else's,
Yeah.
and only 1 survived. I think I blame the magpies. I don't know if magpies eat tadpoles, but it stands to reason. Anyway, so did you bring all the frogs home with you?
Yes.
That's
They're all over the house, everywhere.
how exciting. Julie, what are you going to go for?
This isn't really my strength at all, but I will go for Brian.
Brian, says Julie. Shall we see how many of our 100 people said Brian? Very good. That's more my generation, Julie. Brian from the Magic Roundabout. Down we go with Brian. That's a great answer. 10.
Yes.
Very well done indeed.
There's a snail from the Magic Roundabout, known in the French version as Monsieur Embrun.
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 Thank you very much indeed. Now, Mark, welcome to Pointless.
Thank you.
It's great to have you. Tell us all about yourself, Mark.
Yeah, so my name's Mark from I live in Clackheaton. I work in business support, supporting some local businesses with some little grant funding. I previously worked in a bank, and that's where I met James, and yeah.
So you left the bank, went to business support.
Yep.
Which do you prefer? Obviously, bearing in mind James is still here.
Definitely
Business support.
business
Yes,
support,
OK, fair
yeah.
enough.
No targets.
What are your hobbies, Mark?
Oh, many things, but the main thing is going to gigs, going to lots of concerts, which is where me and James still keep in contact, and we go to lots.
Excellent. So, Mark,
Yes.
what are you going to go for from these excellent TV shows?
Well, I would go with my answer as the Pontypines.
Oh.
The Pontypines.
In the Night
That's
Garden.
a terrific answer. That would have been one of my answers. I still have another in reserve. Let's see how many of our 100 said Pontypines. Pontypines is good. 10 is our high score, 3 is our low. You passed the high, you join the low. There we are, very well done indeed.
3 points. The Pontypines are the family of 10 from In the Night Garden. We, of course, know them. I've got a lot to say on them, but it might cue... Yep. I just can't talk about In the Night Garden, Xander.
No, it's fair enough.
There's too many names kicking around.
We can come back to them later,
OK.
maybe.
Shh.
There, thank you very much indeed. Lee, welcome to Point. It's great to have you here. Tell us all about yourself, Lee.
My name's Lee. As before, I'm married to Charmaine. We live in Bearsted in Kent, and I'm a fire and asbestos compliance manager for a housing association.
I mean, that's... do you have to wear a hazmat suit lots of the time?
No, I work from home and very rarely go out to site, so, yeah.
I see, so people consult you?
Yes.
So we found some asbestos, and you just say, shut it down.
Yeah.
Thank you, call me if there's any problems. Bye. And get back in the bath.
Pretty much.
Right. What are your hobbies, Lee?
Well, we're both keen quizzers. So, yes.
Oh, I look forward to seeing how that turns out.
Yeah, I could have just shot myself in the foot there. Yeah.
Good.
So, hopefully, and having 3 young children in the night garden.
OK, so it looks like you've got a good answer lined up. What are you going to go for?
Hopefully. I'm going to go for the Pontypines neighbours, the Tombliboos.
The Tombliboos. Well, Pontypines scored 3. Let's see if the Tombliboos... Oh, this is going to cause a ruction in the Pontypines.
Over the garden
Tombliboos.
fence, yeah.
Garden fence. OK, let's see the Tombliboos. How many people said it? The Tombliboos, absolutely right. 10 remains the high score, 3 remains the low. 8 for the Tombliboos.
Yes.
Wow. OK.
The Pontypines are red.
Right.
I'm not going to be drawn on the Tombliboos.
OK, OK.
Because, look,
OK.
there's some high-level in the night garden stuff we can't go into at this stage.
OK, moving swiftly on. We're halfway through the round. Let's have a quick look at those scores. 3, the best score of the pass. Amy, very well done. Mark, very well done. Then we travel from 3 up to 8, where we find Lee and Charmaine. And then from there up to 10, where we find Julie and Alan. So, Alan, yes, I mean, you're a little bit ahead, but nothing that a fabulous The Sun or Pontypines style answer couldn't put right. So good luck with that. We're going to come back down the line now. Will the second players please step up to the podium? OK, so remember, we are looking at the names of any characters from the Magic Roundabout, Teletubbies, or In the Night Garden. Charmaine, welcome to Pointless. Great to have you here. Tell us all about yourself.
I'm a statistical programmer, and in my spare time, I like to bake.
Oh, do you? What's your favourite thing to bake, Charmaine?
Mainly cakes. I sort of... We've got 3 kids, and I said before they were born, a bit naively, that I would bake their birthday cakes, whatever their favourite thing was.
But that's a nice thing to do, and it doesn't come round too often. I thought for a moment I was going to say I bake them a cake every day. And I was thinking
They would love me
there's
too.
a rod for your own back. Now, Charmaine, there you are. You are on 8. At this early stage, were you to score 1 or less, you'd be straight into round 2.
Somewhere in my head, I have, from the Magic Roundabout, Zebedee.
Zebedee, says Charmaine. You get a red line. It's just there at the bottom of the column. How many of our 100 people said Zebedee? Zebedee is right. 38 people remembered Zebedee, taking your total up to 46.
He is the Jack-in-the-Box from the Magic Roundabout, and in the first episode of the Magic Roundabout, he restores the magic to the roundabout, bringing about all the other characters.
Yeah, that's right.
I don't really remember it, if I'm honest with you.
But it's probably before your time, I'd have
I
thought.
know, it was before your time.
No, it wasn't. I'm sorry to say.
Oh.
I mean, it kind of was.
It kind of was, yeah.
Very, very little, but very impressionable.
Yeah, of
Thank
course.
you. Now, James, welcome to Pointless. Great to have you. We already know a little bit about you. A little bit about the bank.
Oh, yeah.
And a little bit about the gig attendance.
Yes.
So this is good. Tell us more, though, James.
Lots of stuff with the kids, but one thing I do pretty much every night is taking my dog on little dog walking adventures. Like to take him to different places.
Oh, I like that we call it a
sites.
dog walking adventure. In our case, it's just walk the dogs. It can sometimes be an adventure, I suppose.
But it can, I mean, some places I've seen like dolphins and along the riverfront and deer and things like that. So it's really
dolphins
enjoyable.
and deer. Goodness me, in the same vista.
It is actually, and it's very surprising that they are where they were because the River Humber isn't really the nicest area for wildlife.
And yet they love it.
Yep.
The dolphins love a bit of that. Probably all the deer, I should think.
Yeah.
That's what they come to watch. James, you're on 3. If you can score 42 or less, you are through to the next round.
I'm really frustrated with myself because I did used to read the In the Night Garden books to my kids all the time and I can't remember any of them. I might go safe. No, I'm going to risk it. I'm going to go for The Who's.
The Who's.
Yeah.
The Who's. Here is your red line. Let us see what happens when we say The Who's. I'm so sorry, James. I'm sorry. I love the way people take a risk, and I'm afraid that is what sometimes happens. That scores you 100 points, I'm afraid, incorrect, taking your total up to 103.
Another piece of In the Night Garden chat we're going to have to put a pin in.
Yeah,
There's so much waiting to happen now.
Yeah. Now, Alan, welcome to Pointless. Good to have you here. Tell us all about yourself, Alan.
Yes, I'm Alan. I'm currently a casino manager, work in Manchester.
Very good. How long have you been a casino manager?
Well, I've been in the business for 37 years.
Right.
Started off as a cashier and worked my way up to manager.
So, via croupier, presumably?
Yes.
So at some point you can do a brilliant, I don't know, a little crescent of cards. Always
yes.
imagine, I like watching croupiers. My favourite bit's when they've done all that, and then when they're just about to deal, they go whoosh across the felt. Don't know why, but they do. Whoosh, which just basically means hi, I guess. And then they did you used to do that?
That's only in the films.
Oh, I've only ever been to casinos in films.
Yeah,
That's right, I remember.
I've never been in real life.
No. I might start doing that before Pointless. Just before we go, you're a little crescent of people there. I go.
It's done. The first part of the day it's done to prove all the cards are there. And then
I
it's
see.
Shuffled and put into an electronic shuffler, and that's it. They stay in there all day then.
OK. Do you like the electronics shuffler, or do you look on it with disdain?
I used to prefer a manual shift. Of course.
Yeah, 2 right.
Of course. Alan, you are on 10. We are looking for a score of 92 or less from you. What are you going to go for?
Well, as I've moved over to the podium, I'm going to go for Ermentrude.
Nice. I like that. See, you wouldn't have known where he was going with the moo, did you? No.
Didn't know what he was going... I thought he'd just lost his mind.
No, no. Well, it could go either way.
Yeah.
But Ermentrude with the flower. Shall we see if Ermentrude is right? Here is your red line. Nice and high. Ermentrude is right and it gets you through. Very well done indeed. Alan. Down 16, 26, your total. The lowest total so far, I might add.
Yes, a cow with a flower sticking out of her mouth. Is that correct?
That's right. I think maybe she was possibly purple. I don't know. Maybe I don't know.
I wish I had more on the Magic Roundabout.
I know.
All the stuff I've got, I'm not allowed to say.
No, it's fair enough. It's fair enough. Matthew, welcome back to Point. It's great to have you here. Tell us more about yourself, Matthew.
I'm really into music. Anything rock, really.
Do you play any instruments, Matthew?
So I started out on drums when I was getting all my teen angst out of my system, I think. But then I moved on to singing.
No angst left for the singing?
No angst left,
No,
no.
the singing's pure honey.
Yes, it's just all happiness now.
Oh, that's nice. And do you sing in a band?
No, so I tend to just do it for my own enjoyment, really.
Where do you like to do your singing? You're a shower singer?
Yes, but otherwise it's in my bedroom or the office space.
In the office space?
Yeah, I just record cover songs and...
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
Oh, good for you. Amy, is he quite good?
He's really good.
He's been quite modest,
He is being modest. He is very good, yeah.
No, I can tell
Thank
that. Matthew, you are on 3. We are looking for a score of 99 or less from you. So I think this is easily achievable.
I'm only familiar with Teletubbies. I'm going to go with Nunu.
Nunu. Says Matthew, here's your red line. Can we get you below that with Nunu? I think we can. Nunu's right. You are in round 2. And your score at the moment is 3. This is all fabulous. Down it goes to 11. Very well done indeed. Takes your total up to 14. Well done.
Nunu, vacuum cleaner from Teletubbies. Yeah. A little bit of fact for you here. This is fun. So Nunu was blue in the original Teletubbies. When they brought it back, they changed Nunu to orange and pink because they were using a blue screen and Nunu would disappear.
Yeah, fair enough.
There you go.
Fair enough. My answer would have been, which actually we've already half heard, was the Hahoos.
The Hahoos. And the Hahoos would have scored you 4.
Oh, that's disappointing.
And
I'm not going to lie.
Do you want some pointless answers?
Yes, please.
OK, here are some pointless answers. We've got Dougal D, he's from Tiddly-Tubbies. E is one of the Tombliboos, and Mimi is another Tiddly-Tubby. Oo, another one of the Tombliboos. Ping and Ruru are both Tiddly-Tubbies. The Titterfers, which are obviously brightly coloured birds from In the Night Garden. Umby-Pumby, a Tiddly-Tubby. Another Tombliboo. What am I doing with my career? There were 3 more pointless answers, and they were all Tiddly-Tubbies. Bar, Dar, Dar, and Nin. It says well done at home if you got one of them, but I'm not sure if I believe that.
Thank you very much indeed. Josh, that brings us to the end of our first round. It means we have to say goodbye to our first pair, James and Mark. I'm afraid 103. Oh, you were nearly there. You were halfway to a lovely low-scoring 4 there, James, but we'll see you again next time. Look forward to it. James and Mark, thank you. But for the remaining 3 pairs, it's now time for round 2. Very well done, everybody. We find ourselves in round 2, do we not? And Amy, very well done to you, our lowest individual scorer. Amy and Matthew, our lowest combined scorers. So it's all happening on that near podium. Best of luck to everybody. Our category for round 2 today is science. Can you all decide in your pairs who's going to go first, who's going to go second? And whoever's going first, please step up to the podium. OK, and the question concerns 4-letter scientific words, Josh.
OK, on each pass, we're going to give you 6 clues to scientific words, all of which have 4 letters in their names. We'll give you the first letter of each word. Please give us the word that you think the fewest people knew.
Thank you very much indeed. So can you find these 4-letter scientific words? The SI unit of electric potential, V. Unit of inheritance, located on chromosomes and usually made up of DNA, G. A faint star that experiences a sudden increase in brightness before fading back to normal, N. A substance that can react with acids and neutralise them to form a salt and water, B. The structural and functional unit of living organisms, C. And greenish-yellow fluid secreted by the liver and concentrated and stored in the gallbladder, B. There we are, Matthew.
I think the ones I think I know might be quite obvious. So I'm going to go for a faint star, Nova.
Nova, says Matthew. Let's see if that's right. Let's see how many of our 100 people said Nova. Nova is right. Down it goes to 33. Not bad.
Yes, it is the Latin for new, Nova, and type of Vauxhall car, of course.
Thank you very much. Alan.
Not a great subject for me, but I know 2 for sure, so I'm going to go for the greenish-yellow fluid, which is bile.
Bile, says Alan. Let's see how many of our 100 said bile. Well, no, look at that. 83 for bile. Wow.
That's high, isn't it?
Isn't it?
Isn't it? Breaks down fats in food.
Doesn't it?
Oh, doesn't it? Big time. Couldn't do without it.
No, couldn't. Thank you.
Science isn't my topic. Full disclosure.
I wasn't getting that, honestly. I thought you were all over this. Seriously, it was impressive. Lee, this board is all yours.
Oh, lovely. OK,
Do you feel like filling in all these 4-letter words for us?
First one is volt, second one is gene, and the second to last one is cell. I'm not sure about B. I'm going to go with gene.
You're going to go with gene. Shall we see how many of our 100 said gene? Gene is absolutely right. Down goes to 61. Very well done indeed.
Yes, humans have 25,000 genes. And it's, you know, eye colour, personality.
Yeah. I'm amazed it isn't more. I thought it'd be more than that. Somehow.
Yeah, I'd have
I'm
thought
used
it was
to
more.
those sorts of things being huge figures.
Billions and billions. No,
Yeah,
just 20 to 25,000.
We don't know.
Exactly. So Lee took us through the board pretty well. You were right about volt. That was 73. You probably should have gone, well, not probably, you definitely should have gone with cell, which was 48. And that leaves just one. Do you know what it was?
No, I don't know that
It's
one.
base for 23.
Nice. Thank you very much indeed. We're halfway through the round. Let's have a quick look at those scores. 33, Matthew. Very well done indeed. Matthew and Amy looking supreme on the back of that low score. 61 is where we find Lee and Charmaine. And then 83 is where we find Alan and Julie. So, Julie, let's hope there's a lovely low-scoring answer for you on the next board. Good luck with that. We're going to come back down the line now. Will the second players please step up to the podium? OK, let's put 6 more clues to 4-letter scientific words up on the board, and here they are. The smallest particle of matter that can take part in a chemical reaction. It consists of a nucleus orbited by electrons. A. The longer of the 2 bones of the forearm. U. Extremely soft mineral that has the lowest rating on the Mohs scale of hardness. T. The main nerve fibre of a neuron, which carries nerve impulses away from the cell body. A. Thin-walled blood vessel that returns blood from organs to the heart. V, and chemical element that gets its symbol, Pb, from the Latin plumbum, L. There we are. Charmaine, over to you. You're on 61. Should you score 21 or less, you'll go straight through to the head-to-head.
OK, the last one, the chemical element that gets its symbol, Pb, lead.
Lead, says Charmaine. Here is your red line. Shall we see if we can get you below that red line with lead? Down goes lead. To 59. Not bad. 120 is your lovely round total.
Plumbum is where we get the word plumber from, one who works with lead. And also the word aplomb, doing something with aplomb. I imagine what you're about to do will be with aplomb.
Nice. Thank you very much indeed. Now, Julie, you are on 83. Should you score 36 or less, you're in the head-to-head.
There's some I don't know. I'm hoping that the ones that I do know, this is the best. So the longer of the 2 bones of the forearm is the ulna.
Ulna, says Julie. Here is your red line. Shall we see if we can get you below that with ulna? Ulna is right. 37 for ulna, taking your total up to 120.
That's exciting, isn't it? I was going to give you an ulnar fact, but that's what we're all thinking about now. 120 v 120.
whatever happens, we are going to be in a tie situation.
We're all
That much I know.
hoping you got 87 now. That's what we're looking for.
So now, Amy, don't talk me through the board because we might have to come back to it.
OK. Ulna was the one I wanted to go for, but there's only 2 others that I know for sure. OK, I'm going to go for the top one, atom.
You're going to say atom, smallest particle of matter. Let's see how many of our 100 said atom. Here is your red line. Atom is right, and you are through. Ooh, 81 is what it scores, taking your total up to 114. Well, we find ourselves in a tie situation, which means we then go back to the 2 tied pairs. They can confer, and I will take an answer from each of them. Julian Allen, you are nearest to the column, so I'll take an answer from you first. You can both confer now.
We only know one of them, so it's the thin-walled blood vessel, which is a vein.
Vein. Julian Allen, go for vein. Charmaine and Lee, what would you like to go for?
Of the 2 that are left, we only know one, which is the extremely soft mineral, and that's talc.
Talc. So we have vein versus talc. Julian Allen went for vein. Let's see how many of our 100 people said vein. Vein is right. 77 for vein, taking your total up to 197. Meanwhile, Charmaine and Lee have gone for talc, the extremely soft mineral. Let's see how many of our 100 said that. There is your red line. Talc is right. Very well done, and it gets you through to the head-to-head round. It happens to be a very low score. Down it goes to 9, taking your total up to 129, but it got you through long before then.
It's a very good answer. It's the best answer on the board, that. 9 for talc. That leaves just one answer on the board. Do you know what that is? It's a tough one. No, it is axon. And 12 people knew axon. There we go.
Thank you very much indeed, Josh. That brings us to the end of our second round. It means we have to say goodbye to one of our pairs, Julian Allen. We say goodbye for you now, but not for long. We'll see you next time and look forward to it very much. But thank you very much, Julian Allen. For the remaining 2 pairs, now time for the head-to-head. Well, congratulations, Amy and Matthew, Lee and Charmaine. You're now one step closer to the final and a chance to play for our jackpot, which currently stands at £1,000. But before we play the head-to-head, let's just have a little bit of fun, see if we can add some more money to that jackpot. Here goes. We gave 100 people 100 seconds to name as many bridges in Central Park as they could. Josh.
Yes, you're going to see 6 options and 4 are the name of bridges or arches in New York City's Central Park. 2 of them are scoring, 2 are pointless, and 2 are not bridges in Central Park. £250 in the jackpot for each pointless answer you get.
Thank you very much indeed. So can you find the pointless bridges in Central Park from these 6 possibles? And we have Pinebank Arch, Osborne Arch, Somerdale Bridge, Gapstow Bridge, Playmates Arch, and Gothic Bridge. Does anyone know anything about bridges in Central Park?
Nope.
In which case, Amy and Matthew, straight to you. What are you going to go for?
I don't mind your pants and
Pinebank?
Yeah.
Pinebank Arch?
We're going to go for Pinebank Arch. Should we see if that is a pointless bridge in Central Park? It's a bridge in Central Park. Oh, 1 of our 100 knew Pinebank Arch. Lee and Charmaine.
OK, we've been to Central Park, but...
Do any of those ring a bell?
No, not at all. We're going to go Somerdale Bridge.
Should we go Somerdale Bridge? Is it a pointless bridge in Central Park? Oh, bad luck.
So, do you know what? I'll take away Gapstow Bridge, which got 11 and is featured in Home Alone 2 Lost in New York. Playmates Arch, that is a pointless answer. That is in the Children's District. And then what are you going there, Xander, as your pointless answer?
I'm going to go for Gothic Bridge as a pointless answer because why? You wouldn't make that up as a made-up one.
You wouldn't, and it is a pointless answer. Osborne Arch is the arch-enemy from Spider-Man.
There we are. Now, bad luck, we didn't find any pointless answers, but let us soldier on to the head-to-head. Now, the first pair to win 2 questions will be playing for that jackpot. You're now allowed to confer before you give your answers. Best of luck to both pairs. Our first question is all about famous Jamaicans. Josh.
We're going to show you 5 pictures of famous people who were born in Jamaica. We're also going to give you their initials. Please tell us the person you think the fewest of 100 people recognised.
Thank you very much indeed. Let's reveal our 5 famous Jamaicans, and here they come. We have A. L.R. B. P.S.M. C. B.M. D. G.J. And E. M.H. There we are. Amy and Matthew, you're our low scorers, so you get to go first. Feel free to confer.
I think we'll go A, Levi Roots.
Levi Roots, say Amy and Matthew. Now, Lee and Charmaine. Do you want to talk us through that board?
C, we think is Bob Marley. D, we think is Grace Jones. And E, we think is Michael Holding. No idea about B, so we're going to go E, Michael Holding.
E, Michael Holding. So we have Levi Roots and Michael Holding. Amy and Matthew went for Levi Roots for A. Let's see how many of our 100 said Levi Roots. Levi Roots is right. Takes us down to 25. Meanwhile, Lee and Charmaine have gone for Michael Holding for E. Let's see how many of our 100 said Michael Holding. Michael Holding is absolutely right. 25 is what it has to beat, and it does. Very well done indeed. Down against 5. Lee and Charmaine, after one question, you're up 1-0.
There you go. Levi Roots, obviously reggae sauce, which he started from a stall and he's now worth, reportedly, £30 million.
Is it?
Yeah. Michael Holding, the legendary fast bowler and commentator.
Yeah.
Famous piece of commentary when...
Indeed. The bowler's holding the batsman's wheelie.
Yeah.
That's the
lovely
one.
stuff.
There we
Lovely
go.
stuff.
Sorry.
Whole family can enjoy that.
Yeah.
Bob Marley, obviously, is
Yeah.
C. As you said, that's 88. Grace Jones is 50 for D. And B is pointless. Any thoughts? It's tough. It's very tough.
I don't know, B.
Portia Simpson-Miller, who in 2006 became the first female Prime Minister of Jamaica.
Thank you very much indeed, Josh. Right, here comes your second question. Amy and Matthew, you've got to win this one to stay in the game. Lee and Charmaine get to answer it first, so good luck. Our second question is all about sports centres. Josh.
We're going to show you the names of 5 different sports from around the world, but we've removed the first 2 and the last 2 letters from the name of each sport, leaving just their centres. Fill in the blanks to get the name of the sport and give us the name that you think the fewest of the 100 people got.
See, I'd have gone sports centres.
Yes.
But instead I went sports centres. I mean, it works both ways. It works both ways. But
I'd say both were done with aplomb.
Sports centre of Plum. Thank you.
Yes.
There we are. Let's reveal our 5 sports with missing peripheries. And we have DMINT, BAD, CHE, OOK, and SKETBA. There we are. Lee and Charmaine will go first.
OK, we're going to go for the second one, which we think is Kabaddi.
Kabaddi.
Yes.
Say Lee and Charmaine. Kabaddi. Now, Amy and Matthew, would you like to talk us through that board?
So the top one's badminton, 4th one's snooker, and the last one's basketball.
Not sure on that middle one. I don't think any we give are going to beat that one, so...
Archery.
You're going to go for archery. Do you want to go for that one for the middle one?
Yeah.
Yes.
OK, so we have Kabaddi and we have archery. Lee and Charmaine went for Kabaddi. Let's see how many of our 100 people said that. Kabaddi is right. Oh, it's a great answer. Down goes to 1. Very well done indeed. Amy and Matthew, good luck. But yours was it was a brilliant answer. Archery, let's see how many of our 100 said that. Archery is right. Oh, it's another great answer. 6 for archery. Oh, but Lee and Charmaine, yours was just very slightly better, and it means after only 2 questions, you're straight through to the final 2-0.
Best 2 answers on the board, unsurprisingly, and you were right, Matthew, on the others. Snooker 26, That was the third best. And then badminton, 73. And basketball, 82.
There we are.
Heartbreaking way to go with a good answer like that.
I know, I'm sorry. But it means we can look forward to see you again next time. Amy and Matthew, you'll be leaving us at the end of this head-to-head. But, as you have demonstrated, fantastic, pointless brains at work there. Let's see what you can do next time. We'll look forward to that. Meanwhile, thank you very much, Amy and Matthew. For Lee and Charmaine, though, it's now time for the Pointless Fun. Congratulations, Lee and Charmaine. You have fought off all the competition and you have won our coveted Pointless trophy. You now have a chance to win the Pointless jackpot. And at the end of today's show, the jackpot is standing at £1,000. Well, I mean, we should have known when you said you were quizzers. You said you were seasoned quizzers. And look, here's the evidence. 2-0 in the head-to-head, in fact. So, yes, it's all looking very, very good. I don't fancy that jackpot's chances, but obviously we'll need to find a category that works for you. What would you like to see come up?
Music?
Yeah, music, film, sports, anything really.
Yeah.
We'll just take what comes.
OK, quiz stuff.
Yeah, general knowledge.
Let's see. There'll be 4 things appearing on the board. Let's hope something on this board appeals to you. Dua Lipa. Ferry services in the Scottish Islands, US presidential elections since the year 2000, and people called James Caan. What are we thinking?
Yeah, there's a good mix, isn't there?
Yeah.
Isn't there a good
yeah.
mix?
What do you think? Presidential elections?
That's the only one that I think that
You might know something about. Yeah?
Yeah, US one.
Yeah. OK, we're going to go presidential elections, please.
OK, presidential elections since the year 2000. Josh?
It's a shame my ferry questions were so good. They were so good.
They were.
So easy. You were, just so you know. No, I've not seen them. Right. We're looking for anyone who was a Democratic or Republican candidate for president or vice president in the US presidential election since and including 2000, up to including the 2020 election. Or we're looking for any US state that has voted the same way, that is Democrat or Republican, in every election from the 2000 presidential election up to and including the 2020 election. Very best of luck to you.
Thank you very much indeed, Josh. Now, as always, you've got up to 1 minute to come up with 3 answers. All you need to win that jackpot is for just one of those answers to be pointless. If you can find 3 pointless answers, we'll throw in a £500 bonus. Are you ready?
Think so.
OK,
Yeah.
let's put 60 seconds up on the clock. There they are. Your time starts now.
So I think vice presidents, Sarah Palin,
Yeah, Kamala Harris.
Kamala Harris, Al Gore, was he post-2000?
Don't know. What about states, though?
State Texas has got to always be Republican, surely, and, like, up the top, like Maine and all that, got to be Democrats.
It's the Dakotas, are they up?
They're in the middle, aren't they? Yes.
Should we go Texas?
We go Texas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Then, still half the time left.
who else?
John Kenny,
Yeah.
John McCain. Was he a presidential candidate?
I'd go John McCain. Is it John McCain?
I think he might have been a contender, John McCain.
10 seconds left.
So, Texas, Kamala Harris. It's definitely one, isn't it? We should be pointless. And...
OK, that is your time up. Let's have your 3 answers.
OK, so for the vice presidential candidates, we're going to go Al Gore,
Al Gore,
Kamala Harris.
Kamala Harris.
And then for the states, we're going to go Texas.
Texas. So Al Gore, Kamala Harris and Texas. Which of those 3 do you think is your best shot at a pointless answer?
Al Gore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
OK,
Al
we'll
Gore.
put Al Gore last. Least likely to be pointless?
Texas.
Texas.
Texas, and then Kamala Harris goes in the middle. OK, let's put those answers up on the board in that order, and here they are. We have got Texas, Kamala Harris, Al Gore. Now, if one of these turns out to be pointless, you'll be leaving here with £1,000. What would you like to do with that? I'm going to ask you first, Lee.
Oh, I should imagine the 3 kids have probably got plans for that and we won't see any of it.
Yeah.
Maybe you could spend a bit before they get their hands on it. They won't see this show for a little while, after all. How about you, Charmaine?
Probably same as what Lee said, but I think we'll probably like maybe take a nice trip somewhere.
I think a nice trip somewhere would be nice. Maybe to Texas, who knows? Your first answer is Texas. In this case, we're looking for states that have voted the same in every election since 2000. Let's see how many of our 100 people said Texas. Texas is absolutely right. If this goes all the way down to 0, you are leaving here with £1,000. Down we go through the 24 for Texas. OK. I think you'd have been surprised if that had been pointless. Well, it wasn't pointless, so there we are. No surprises there. Kamala Harris is your next answer. In this case, we are looking for Democrat or Republican presidential or vice presidential candidates. Let's see how many of our 100 people said Kamala Harris. Well, again, she's quite right. If she goes all the way down to 0, you will leave here with £1,000. 24 was what Texas scored. Kamala Harris, though, now taking us down to single figures. Still going down with Kamala Harris to 5. OK, well, this is all moving very much in the right direction. There's no argument there. Everything is now riding on Al Gore, and this was your most confident shot at pointless. Let's see if you were right to put that last. How many of our 100 people said Al Gore? Al Gore is right. We were right with Texas. 24 is what that scored. Kamala Harris took us all the way down to 6. Kamala Harris took us all the way down to 5. Al Gore now taking us into single figures, still going down with Al Gore to 6. Oh, no, I'm sorry. That's annoying. It was a really tough category for you, that one. And I'm afraid you haven't won the jackpot today, but do not despair. You have won the coveted Pointless Trophy.
That's
so you can take that.
All about the trophy.
And you've been phenomenal right the way across the show. 2-0 in the head-to-head, and that was very impressive indeed. Yeah, no one will be forgetting kabaddi in a hurry.
No, that was a great answer. Terrible luck, and I've got some bad news. You mentioned 2 pointless answers. No. Yes, Sarah Palin was pointless. No. I know. And you wondered if John McCain, he stood in 2008 against Barack Obama. Also, if you want other vice presidents or presidential pointless answers, you've got Joe Lieberman, who was Al Gore's running mate, John McCain we've mentioned, Sarah Palin, who was John McCain's running mate, and Tim Kaine, who was Hillary Clinton's vice presidential running mate. Other pointless answers, John Edwards and Paul Ryan. And the states, we've got Arkansas, which is always Republican, despite Bill Clinton obviously being born there. Montana, Republican. And then Oregon and Vermont are both Democratic states. Other pointless answers here were Connecticut, Kentucky, Maryland, North Dakota, Rhode Island, West Virginia and Wyoming. Oh. Sorry about that. So close.
Thank you very much indeed, Josh. And thanks once again to Lee and Charmaine. I'm so sorry you didn't win our jackpot today. That will therefore roll over onto the next show when we shall be playing for £2,000. Join us then to see if someone can win it. Meanwhile, it's goodbye from Josh.
Goodbye.
And it's goodbye from me. Goodbye.